and welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you subscribe, I hope you like, I hope you click that bell down below so you can see what I'm going to be up to. Please visit my trailer so you know what my channel is all about. It'll pop up over there. And yeah, so I wanted to check in with you guys and give you an update. I am in my car but not driving, so is that still considered a car vlog? I don't know. Driving vlog, sitting, parking vlog? I don't know. So yeah, right now it's the quietest place that I can be because it is summertime and my kids are home all the time. Anyway, the last video that I did where I was talking about my weight, I think I was around 211 point something, and I do weigh myself every day. Normally I do, but when my lovely visitor came around, and my last video I was actually ranting about that and the cravings and how clothes fit and all of that stuff, and I will try to link that over here as well. But so my visitor is now gone, and I got back on the scale, and prior to that, I was approaching that time, I did weigh in, and I was 212.2. So I did see an increase, and I had mentioned that I knew I was going to, and it was okay because I knew why. The awesome thing, and this is my updated weigh-in, I weighed in this morning, and I actually am back down again, but lower than I had been. I weighed in at 209 this morning, which was awesome. I was like so excited. And so yeah, 209 this morning. I was really surprised because I expected I would go back down to my ladies days weight, if you want to call it that, which was between like 210 to 11ish. So the 209 was a major surprise for me. So happy about that. And but I did mention in my video that I was still trying to stick to my healthier eating that I had been doing as best I could. So I think that made a huge difference. And it was a struggle, ain't gonna lie. It was so hard to do that. But I did it and it paid off big time. So that was awesome. I wanted to kind of talk about NSVs for a little bit, or non-scale victories, because we have to remember that even though we are watching that number on the scale and we want it to go down, we also have to think about things that aren't attached to the scale. And those things are so important too, because especially if the scale isn't moving, you have to remember other changes that are happening. So one other major NSV that I had, which was awesome, I had a bag full of clothes that I called my too tight tote. And I'm sure everybody has a few of these laying around the house or in their closet or shoved somewhere, where it's clothes that you want to get into and they don't just quite fit. Well, I basically had a whole second wardrobe of too tight clothes that I had packed away, and I kept them because around this time last year they fit me. But I ended up gaining weight and I went up a size, blah blah blah, and I hung on to those because I knew that I was pretty close to getting back down there. I was going to do it, I just didn't know when. So I had a pair of shorts that I had taken out, and it was sitting on top of that bag, and every once in a while I would try them on to see, am I there yet, am I there yet? And I wasn't there yet. I was going between like an 18, 16, depending on the make and the store, and you know how that goes. And so finally I decided, well, I weighed in at 209, I'm gonna try them on. And they fit. Insert freaking happy dance. Oh my gosh, I was so ecstatic. I was jumping around my closet. I have like a semi walk-in closet. Like I can walk in there and I can turn around, but it's not like I can go exploring in my closet or anything. I was jumping up and down and just so excited that they fit. Couldn't believe it. And long story short, I tried on everything that was in my too tight tote and everything fit. So suddenly my wardrobe doubled, which was awesome and really sucked at the same time because I was having so much fun shopping. And now I don't have to shop anymore because now I have pants and jeans and shirts and like this whole other wardrobe that I saved so I could save money and not have to go shopping, that just opened up to me because now I'm that size again. But I like cut off the fun part of this. So maybe hanging on to clothing that's smaller that you're going to fit into isn't always the best decision if like you thrive on doing that shopping haul where you're like, yay, I can shop for new clothes or newer clothes or, you know, whatever the case may be for you. So yeah, it was like, you know, I had that high moment of like, this is awesome, to, oh, I can't shop anymore. Or I can, but I have no reason, no good reason to shop anymore. So yeah, that was my yesterday, slash today. So yeah, I don't know. And it was like a major victory for me because I knew I was going to get there and I finally did, and it was so awesome. And then I'm sure you guys have non-scale victories too. I had some other odd ones, which my first one was I was doing something with my hands a couple weeks ago and I just happened to notice, like I was looking at my pinky and I'm like, my pinky is really skinny. Like, when did that happen? You know? So then I tried on the rings that I hadn't been wearing because they were too tight and my rings fit. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. And then I noticed that I can now sit in positions that I couldn't sit in before. I like to tuck one leg under my other leg when I'm sitting, and I had stopped doing that for a really long time because it would just feel like my skin was just pulling and it hurt to sit like that. And I can sit like that again. And I can also cross one leg under and then throw my other leg over so it's just kind of dangling. And yeah, just like weird ways to sit that I can sit now that I couldn't sit before. Or gosh, what else? There's some other odd things happening which I'm not so crazy about, and I'm hoping once I start exercising that that's going to change for the better. But like I'm noticing like little pooches here and there that weren't there before, that I'm kind of like, I'm not so loving this going on right now. But I know that's going to change because my body is shifting. And that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it shifting. Because it's just kind of reassessing where everything needs to go now that I've lost the weight that I've lost. And it's fine. I know it's going to keep changing. So, you know, it is what it is for the moment. And then another thing I noticed, which is awesome, and I used to have, like, anyone who's overweight has that, like, we call it the spare tire. But I also had like a double spare, or it's called a muffin top, and I blame my second son for that because I told him I never had that until he was born, so he caused my second stomach, so to speak. But I've noticed that that is almost completely gone, which is awesome, and I didn't notice that until just this past week too. I was sitting down and I just kind of had my hand across my stomach and noticed that it felt different. And I looked, you know, and notice that, wow, you know, I've got some love handles that aren't there anymore, and I've got that my muffin top is almost completely gone. So, you know, again, the non-scale victories, they can be minor, like a skinny pinky, and they can be major, like, you know, noticing your muffin top is almost gone. But whatever they may be, minor or major, notice them, appreciate them, and don't forget the journey that you are on. It is going to take time. This scale is not end all be all. It does not define you. Don't let it define you. And just keep pushing forward and moving forward. Don't let anything drag you back, because you are worth fighting for it, and you are worth moving forward. Don't forget that, guys. And I will catch you the next go round. And as always, be connected. Bye.